My poem's called Enid Blyton, as you probably worked out. In these much troubled times you cannot help but have concern about the state of things and the bad at every turn. Sex and violence dominates TV and thugs on drugs, they rule the streets. It's just not safe to step outside, you'll only become a victim of homicide. Just the other day up upon 4 Acre, a man beaten to death with a rolled up newspaper. I long for a world that doesn't frighten. I want to live in a book by Enid Blyton. I want to be in the Secret Seven with all of my chums, out on adventures till bedtime comes. I want to be the leader, the protector of the girls, but there's nothing to be afraid of in Enid's world. I want to announce that I suspect something queer, whilst tucking into homemade beef sandwiches and shouting 3 cheers. I want to play in woods free from predatory gaze. Worst case scenario is the knee you would graze. I long for a world that doesn't frighten. I want to live in a book by Enid Blyton. I want to go to a cottage for the whole of the summer, lovingly packed off with a parcel from mother. Off to a place with no need for a constabulary, where the word gollywog is still part of the vocabulary. I want to travel by steam train that heads for the country, to stay with our cousins with names like Bunty and I want to travel by steam train that heads for the country, to stay with our cousins with names like Bunty and Julian, Henry, Tarquin and Herbert. I want to play with Dick and Fanny and not be called pervert. We'd stay in the home of great Uncle Quentin, because he's a relative, he's got no dubious intentions. I long for a world that doesn't frighten. I want to live in a book by Enid Blyton. I want a wishing chair that mysteriously sprouts wings, and a playhouse in a tree with a picture that sings. His name is dear old Chinky, but surely that's xenophobically mad. Alas no, this was written before racism was bad. I want to run into the house and ask cook what's for tea, and have her big fat jolly face come booming back at me. Slow down children, all you think of is your tums, whilst you wait for the joint to roast. Here, munch on me massive buns. Hurrah for cook, we would shout, she really is the tops. It's a belter of an holiday, the fun just never stops. It's in bed early tonight chaps, for tomorrow's a pre-planned activity, and a chance to catch some rotten crooks with cunning and ingenuity. I long for a world that doesn't frighten. I want to live in a book by Enid Blyton. I want to make the enchanted wood my own special place. I want the chance to observe the lunar physiognomy of Mr. Moonface. First thing I'd do is climb the faraway tree. I'd do it so strategic. No need to worry about falling out and becoming paraplegic. It's all totally safe, and bad things never make you afraid. You can return home safe and sound for lashings of lemonade. Girls called George instead of Georgina. The connotations are not lesbian, just a harmless gender play from the daughter of the local Presbyterian. No offensive words will you hear in the tales of things as they were. It's not that sort of a place, you see. You won't hear people swear. It's not that sort of a place, it's always hot, the weather never varies. It's a world in which you won't get beaten up for being in the bushes with the furries. I long for a world that doesn't frighten. I want to live in a book by Enid Blyton.